Hi, welcome to our project. We decided to do Platonic Love, episode 325, from the podcast, History of Philosophy Without Any Gaps. Hope you enjoy. Platonic Love, a podcast that has nothing to do with Platonic Love. Go.
Platonic love, maybe it should have been called Platonic hate.
Wait, Sam, why should it have been called Platonic Hate?
Well, Hallie, Platon was a philosopher that nobody actually liked because his ideas were very paganistic.
Wait, Platon? That sounds a lot like Plato.
You're right, Hallie. His real name is George Gamestos. He calls himself Platon because of his love for Plato. He actually wrote a whole attack on Aristotle for his departures from Platonic teachings. In Platon's attack on Aristotle, one of the things Platon was mad about was Aristotle's self-contradiction. An example of this was Aristotle believed causes should give rises to their effects, but he was unwilling to understand the consequences of that statement.
Another reason why Platon attacked Aristotle was because Aristotle rejected Plato's theory of forms. Aristotle believed it didn't cohere with God's production of the world.
Platon believes that there are multiple gods. He believes that the highest god gives orders to the other gods. He relies on Plato's theory of forms to explain this.
Hey Hallie, did he have any rivals? Glad you asked. As a matter of fact, he had plenty of rivals.
Wait, like who?
Gennadius Gelasius was his biggest rival, and the reason he hated Platon was because he thought his ideas were predictable. Another reason that he hated Platon was because he thought that Platon had stole Proclus's ideas, but really, Platon had even claimed that his views were from a long line of sages. What sages did Platon admire?
Well, Hallie, Platon took his inspiration from Zoroaster, Plutarch, Plato, Plotinus, Porphyry, and Yamacus. Hallie, didn't Platon go as far to go to a village and try to implement his ideas on the village, just like Plato did?
Same.
You're right, Sam. Now let's talk about the three main ideas he was trying to implement on the village.
Platon believed that the ideal society was built of three classes, the lowest being the agriculturists, the second, the merchant class, and the top, the rulers. They all praised the monarchy.
What Sam means by praising a monarchy was that there was one person above all rulers who made the rules, and that's the ear that Platon was whispering into.
The problems with monarchy.
It can cause too much power for one person.
The person might not be fit to lead, but because of their parents, they still get the job.
The inequality of wealth.
Platon believed that land should be held in the accordance of use. You use it, you own it.
Problems with his second idea. You can use other people's lands because there's no clear boundaries. His third idea was that one religion would come to unite the world, and it was neither Christianity or Muslim, and he believed that it didn't differ from paganism.
Platon actually said this at a meeting of religious people. This caused him to gain a lot of people who really disliked him, as the meeting was about Christianity and their love for it.
Problems with paganism. There's no actual definition for paganism because it keeps on changing.
The closest definition we could find is that it describes country dwellers who preach an alternative faiths to Christianity. Platon's ideas helped predict modern European utopianism. Those ideas that he implemented on the village are still being used today throughout the world. In the end, there are two ways to see Platon. One is as a paganist who abandoned his Christian beliefs.
And number two is an extreme follower of Plato who still believed and still argued in the right way to see the Christian God. And in the end, Plato believed that religions conveyed Okay. And in the end, Platon believed that religions conveyed the same message. Did I say conveyed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll just do it again.
Okay.
In the end, Platon believed that religions conveyed the same message from philosophy, but through different registers.
So this means that Christianity and paganism in his eyes were the same because the messages that they conveyed were the same. So they were just adequate representations of the same ideas.
In the end, it's all speculation because only Plato really understands where his beliefs actually lie.
thank you for watching. We both hope that you will look into Platon and really try to understand for yourself where you think that his beliefs lied, because we don't even know.
No one knows.